Yes, I did reread all those kids' books as an adult for research. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Kat, I write children's fiction, and since my favorite holiday is Halloween, I've decided to talk about my favorite spooky kids books today. You can use these as recommendations for your kids, or if you don't have kids, you can just take a trip down memory lane with me. The first story I want to talk about is Das kleine Gespenst, The Little Ghost by Otfried Preußler. And this story from 1966 follows a little ghost who lives in Castle Eulenstein, and he just really wants to see the daylight. But as soon as that happens, he turns into a day ghost and he finds himself unable to become a night ghost again. So, of course, all kinds of chaos happens when this little ghost spooks the town by day. And I just love the story. It's so cute. I borrowed it as often as I could from the library when I was little, and I would absolutely recommend it. While we're on it, I would also recommend Die kleine Hexe, The Little Witch, by the same author, Otfried Preußler. This is actually his more famous book. I didn't like it quite as much as The Little Ghost. That will always have a very special place in my heart, but it's still very cute, so I recommend it. Book series number 2 that I would recommend is Goosebumps. Of course, how could I not? I'm gonna make this short. I don't have to tell you about Goosebumps because R.L. Stine sold 400 million copies. So I just loved this series so much as a kid, especially the summer stories, because I always read them in summer and I always thought it would be the coolest thing to go to summer camp. Plus, I think R.L. Stine just makes up some pretty original monsters or puts cool spins on monsters that already exist. And also, guys, check out his Twitter because it's hilarious and wholesome and spooky at the same time, so go check it out. The next story I would like to recommend is Bunnicula. So you might already know this one if you are American, but I'm not, and I know that some of my viewers are not, so I thought I'd recommend this 1979 story written by Deborah and James Howe, or Howe, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Anyway, follows a little bunny called Bunnicula who is a vampire, so he sucks the juice out of carrots and vegetables. And it's exactly as cute as it sounds, so I would highly recommend this. Book number 4 I would like to recommend is The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. So, of course, again, I don't have to tell you about Neil Gaiman because he is super famous, but what I noticed is that many people know of Coraline because there's even a movie, and I love this book so much. I think it's a perfect spooky story for kids, but since this is a recommendation video, I thought I'd spice it up and recommend a book that not so many people talk about. So let's get back to The Graveyard Book. This book from 2008 tells the story of nobody but Owens, who is raised by the supernatural occupants of a graveyard after his parents are brutally murdered. So this is a murder mystery for kids and it's pretty cool. I really like it. The next story I would like to recommend is The Witches by Roald Dahl. So again, this is kind of a classic, and I just had to mention it anyway because it scared the bejesus out of me when I was little. If you have only seen the movie, definitely read the book because the ending in the book is actually quite different. So this book follows the story of a little boy who has recently lost his parents and therefore lives with his grandmother. And when they go on holiday, they notice that there is a secret society of child-hating witches in their hotel and they have to fight them. The next book I would like to recommend is Sugarcane Island by Edward Packard. This choose your own adventure book is amazing. I always loved reading choose your own adventure books as a kid, and I always felt like this one was the most sophisticated with so many endings to choose from. And of course the endings, some of them are pretty creepy, so I think it's a pretty good Halloween read. Book number 7 is B is for Boo by Greg Paprocki. Unfortunately, I couldn't find this one at my local library, which is a shame. I would have loved to show it to you. It's an alphabet book and it's just full of these gorgeous vintage type Halloween illustrations. So I think it's a perfect book to get your little kids into the Halloween spirit. Okay, so this is it for today. I'm going to list all of the books that I mentioned in the info box down below. And please, 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 if you have any kind of spooky Halloween kids books that you really loved growing up, leave me a comment down below. I didn't grow up celebrating Halloween, so I have a lot to catch up with, and I would really love to hear your recommendations. Thank you so much for watching today. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and also come to hang out with me on all of my other social media. Everything is linked down below in the description box. My handle is @catsperlingbooks pretty much everywhere except for Twitter, where I'm @ksperlingbooks. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!